episode of Let's Talk presents Beers and Ballers. I'm Maria Rose, coming to you from Davidoff on the Las Vegas Strip. Beers and Ballers is proud to be joined by two NFL veterans, Darran and Morlon Greenwood, as they discuss tonight's game between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, along with our very own, the beautiful and highly talented Nataly. Let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Beers and Ballers. I'm here with Morlon Greenwood and Darran, two former football players, and we're here about to watch the game and tell you guys all about it.
Yes, tonight we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing against the New Orleans Saints. And as you know, last year the Saints beat Tampa Bay twice, and obviously Tampa Bay went on to win the Super Bowl. Hey Darran, how do you think that Tampa Bay is going to do against the Saints tonight?
Come on, man, it's Tom Brady. Come on, this is playoff time. It's near and dear to the end where everybody's got to start playing their best football. And this is this time of the year, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you.
Yes, sir.
I predicted Tampa Bay going to the Super Bowl last year, and I'm going to keep on saying that, because this year, don't count Tampa Bay out. It's going to be some great football going on tonight.
Yes,
So,
yeah. So as long as he's in the league, you never bet against Tom Brady.
Awesome, and do you guys think that there's a team that could possibly beat the Bucs in the playoffs?
the one thing with Tampa Bay is like when they actually go for the playoff, it's like the mindset is different because Tom Brady, he's been there before. But there's some good quality teams out there. Green Bay is one of the teams that's been playing well this year. You also have, the LA Rams. I was about to say St. Louis Rams, but you have the LA Rams. And it would be good to see if Matt Stafford could win a Super Bowl, or go into the playoffs because he played on a bad team for so long. And he's doing well. They lost a couple of games that they shouldn't have lost. But I definitely feel like Tampa Bay is going to go all the way. But there's some good teams that are playing. I'm showing some favoritism there.
Awesome, and Darran, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. I think that's what it's going to come down to again. It's like they did last year. So I think I think this year Aaron Rodgers will be ready, but I just can't bet against Tom Brady. I can't bet against that guy, man. So I'm looking forward to that NFC Championship game, Green Bay against Tampa Bay. That's going to be super awesome for sure. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, so let's check to see what's going on now with the Tampa Bay and the Saints. It looks like it's 0-0 now. We're in the 5 minutes in the first quarter. And as you can see, the game is pretty intense. No one has scored. Earlier, it seemed like Tom Brady had thrown an interception, but obviously the ball hit the ground. I was getting ready to say, here we go again, because that's how he lost a couple of games last year, by throwing those interceptions. But the Saints are a good football team. They lost Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill is out there doing the best that he can do, but they're a good football team. They're coached by a very good coach.
Yes.
So it's going to be a good game.
It's interesting to see what Taysom Hill is going to do.
Yeah.
That defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay is going to put pressure on him. He's going to throw everything in the book at him. So he likes to play man-to-man and let his guys play. So It's interesting to see if he's going to be able to take that pressure this game.
And that's the only thing that I knock against Taysom Hill is throwing the football. It's very difficult for him he throws the ball with great power. He has great running ability. Yes. He's a very strong player, very fast. But when he throws the ball, sometimes it seems like he throws interceptions. I don't know. It's either off here and there, and that's one of the key factors in winning and losing football games. Is a turnover battle, mental mistakes, and also penalties. That's one of the things that will kill you in the NFL. You cannot do that in the NFL and win a football game. Normally, 95% of the time, I don't know what the percentage is, but 95% of the time, the team that wins the turnover battle normally wins the football game.
Yes.
Very rarely they win the game.
Let's call it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
And do you guys think the Saints should give Jameis Winston a good extension?
Well, that's a good question, by the way. Yeah, when Jameis Winston came out of Tampa Bay, he had a very bad bad couple of years or thrown interception. Touchdowns to interception ratio, right? Was very bad. Went to the Saints. He started playing well this year. He was connecting with some of the players, and then he got hurt. And you can see that they definitely missed him as a quarterback, right? But because he hasn't really proved himself before, and now he has an injury as a franchise, as the owner of a franchise, you want to be kind of careful with that. Be like, all right, he hasn't really proved himself, now he got an injury. Let's probably sign him to a 1 or 2 year deal and see how he does, and then probably sign the big deal after that. See if he could stay healthy, and see if he's not going to throw a lot of interceptions like he's shown in the past. So I think they should take some caution on that. What do you think, Darran?
I don't know, Sean Payton, going from Drew Brees, having that in your building, his leadership and the way he took care of business, I think he set a precedent for that position. But at the same time, Sean Payton is an excellent quarterback coach. He's an excellent offensive coordinator. So I can see him fixing Jameis Winston. At the same time, I can see him going to draft a guy, bring him in, develop him under his system right from the jump street. Not getting bad habits out of him, So just his guy that he drafted, develop him and take it from there. So
and I agree with that. And to add to what you say, you can notice that Jameis Winston was playing well this year.
Yes.
He was taking care of the ball. He was connecting with his wide receivers.
Right.
And I think that's a credit to Payton.
Right.
To what he has been doing, Coach Payton.
I mean, he wasn't throwing the ball much, about 20 times a game, but cut down on his turnovers.
Yeah.
Made his efficiency definitely a lot better. So
no, absolutely.
You're definitely right. I would make it incentive-based more than throw a lot of upfront cash at him.
Yes.
I would make it a lot incentive-based, like make the playoffs, you get a certain amount. You throw for a certain amount of yards. You throw for a certain amount of touchdowns versus interceptions. I would throw that in there. So I would make it incentive-based and make sure that he's on top of his game week in and week out.
I think that's a great idea because, like I said, he still has to prove himself that he can take care of the ball. And now that he got hurt, they have to see how durable he is playing in the NFL. So by making it incentive-based, he will have something to thrive for and something to work towards as a quarterback. And as a professional athlete and a competitor, you want something like that to get you going so you can be like, all right, it's not just in the bag, But afterwards, if you do play and you do play well, you do get the rewards.
You earn what you get.
Yeah.
Like this man right here. Like that man does for the last 20 years.
Oh, Tom Brady, right?
Like he's done for the last 20 years.
When I was doing some acting, going over to LA, and I was looking at different actors, and one of the things they say is, one of the actors, I think it was Woody Harrelson, and he was doing an interview, and he said, basically, the reason why he has been so successful is because he just shows up. Whenever there's something, he shows up. Whenever there has to be somewhere, he shows up. And as long as you do that, your work will definitely escalate when you do that, because with the consistency and the discipline of doing that. Same thing with Tom Brady. He's been doing this for years. He's been doing it over and over again, showing up, going to the off-season training, making sure, taking care of his body. And that's what I admire about Tom Brady, because I know what type of guy he is, and I know how hard he works to get to where he is. It's not by mistake.
No, it's not by mistake.
Not by mistake.
I watched he was talking to Michigan. He went back to his old campus to talk to the team. And he said his number one career accomplishment in football, whatever, was being named team captain for the Michigan Wolverines his senior year. That's his number one accomplishment. To me, above Super Bowls, why? Why is that? Because his teammates selected.
Exactly.
Exactly. When you have that respect, and he's carried that. You can see he's carried that through New England and now in Tampa Bay.
That's a big thing, because one thing I do talk about as well is playing at Syracuse, and I talk about starting 48 consecutive games at Syracuse, and I also said I was team captain my senior year.
Yes, sir.
That is a big deal, because that shows the respect of the the players and coaches for them to select you as that. So I understand what he's talking about that, because you know, you talk about, hey, well, when you talk to people, what do you talk about? Oh, yeah, I played with Miami Dolphins or this and that, but you remember those things.
Yes.
That was before you were in the NFL.
Yes.
You know, I remember playing in high school, because if I was in high school, a nice play. If I wasn't in high school, I wouldn't have got the chance to get a scholarship. So, you know, you always have to go back to the origin of things, right? So that's good. Even Tom Brady winning seven Super Bowls, and 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time NFL MVP.
Yes.
You know, it's
All
big
that.
accomplishment.
Number one accomplishment.
Being
team captain at Michigan.
Yeah, exactly.
That says everything about
Wonderful.
the player.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, man, that's why I like the guy, man.
Yes.
a lot of people don't like they say, oh, you're just jumping on the Brady train. You know, I'm not jumping on the Brady train. I'm talking, you know, they say real, recognize real, right? And
it's hard to be leader of men.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a leader in a locker room where guys are playing for mortgages, all right?
Yeah.
Their own mortgage, but their mom, their grandmother, their grandfather's mortgage. It's a different type of leader it takes to lead those type of guys. That's why he's a special type of guy.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you put in that perspective, because a lot of people don't understand. They just look at them as just professional players, but a lot of these guys, they're in the position that they are, but they're taking care of a lot of people.
Yes,
they're taking care of the family. They're taking care of their own family. They're taking care of their brothers and sisters. They're taking care of their you know, friends that they grew up with. You know, that they just want to give them a chance, because they were looking for a chance themselves too, and they've got a chance to have a breakthrough. So now they want to share the love with everyone else, and so definitely that's a good way for Tom Brady to be able to lead men like that, and also to give. He's given a lot of guys a lot of chances. You know, you talk about guys like Antonio Brown, you know, and all of a sudden he goes there and he's playing great, right?
Right.
And he wins them a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Right. Then Gronkowski, who had finished playing, you know, came back to playing, got him another Super Bowl, and on his way to it.
Yeah, Gordon in New England with him. He brought him out of the. He brought Randy Moss out of the heck he was in when he was in Oakland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And also Richard Sherman is on Tampa Bay now.
There you go.
Right.
Starting.
So yeah, man, you know, he definitely have saved a lot of guys' career, and I know his say has a lot to who they're bringing on the team.
Yes, sir.
And he shows what type of guy he is. He always looking to help his fellow teammates, especially if he knows them personally and he knows that who they are as individuals. You know, you just know that it's going to. Because you know, sometimes the media could blow things out of proportion, and you don't really know all the information, right? So yeah. So let's see now. 3 minutes, 48 seconds here. Oh, New Orleans up 3 points here. They scored that field goal there.
Oh.
Oh man, this guy just lost his helmet. Have you ever lose your helmet before?
Not in the game.
I lost my helmet once.
Nah, in practice, not in the game.
I'm gonna tell you how I lost my helmet. So in Miami, I played with Ricky Williams. You know, he was on the team, right?
Yes, sir.
And practicing against him, I used to be like, man, this guy is so like strong. And I'd be like, I wonder what it would be like to play against Ricky. But I never had the chance because he was my teammate. But I practiced against him. But when I was in Houston, now he was still in Miami, and I was in Houston, and then he came over there. And to just speed up the short story, it was 3rd and 1. And I knew they were giving Ricky the ball. I was like, they're gonna give him this ball. So he was in split backs, right? And he looked at me before the ball was snapped. You know, he gave him that look like. And then they tossed him the ball. Oh. It was a toss play to Ricky Williams. Obviously, Ricky Williams is gonna get it. Right. But I was like, not today, Ricky. You're not gonna get it. So, tossing the ball, I knew the wide receiver, because it was a crack toss. The right wide receiver tried to come down and crack you. You got to defeat that crack block, and so that's the first thing I defeat. I defeated, and I just ran straight to the sideline because I know how fast he was. And I ran straight to the sideline. I hit him. My helmet flew.
That's a big boy, man.
I hit him so, and I knocked him out of bounds, and he didn't get the first time. But the way I look compared to how he just kind of just out of bounds, and be like, all right, running back to the huddle. Me, my helmet's flying all over the place.
Right. Rick is a big boy.
I was like, man, this guy's a load.
Yes, he's a
But
load.
that's the only time I lost my helmet. But I mean, it didn't fall like that one. It was like fly up in the air.
So that's where Taysom Hill's effective right there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's effective right
Oh
there.
man, I remember when I definitely got to find that clip. It was funny. That had me laughing for.
Yeah, Ricky Williams was
It was a beast,
a
man.
monster.
Great running back.
Yes.
Talking about Taysom Hill,
Yeah.
do you guys think that he hurts the Saints or he's helping the Saints?
I think when he does things like these, he's definitely helping the team. He doesn't seem like the quarterback that's been used to throwing the ball a lot. So in the previous games, he threw a few turnovers that hurt him. I mean, like probably 3 or 4 in one of the games I was watching. I haven't really watched him the other games, but that seemed to be the problem with him. Everything else is great. If he could just take care of the ball, I think it would be good. And not to say that he cannot get better at it.
I mean, I can't say that was a good throw, but that was a good play. You know, it is what it is, but good catch by the wide receiver.
But one thing I like about him, though, he's not lacking for confidence. If he sees it, he doesn't have any. He's not like afraid to throw the ball. He's not like, he's going for it. And sometimes it's an interception, sometimes it's a completion, but that time it wasn't.
To me, he's a gadget player.
Yeah, he definitely
He's
is.
way more effective gadget, using him as a threat to be able to throw on a double pass, use him as a threat. He's a good runner, he's tough, wildcat, slot receiver, getting him the ball quick and letting him make plays. To me, he's more hurting the team from a quarterback position than being a gadget player. Definitely.
And that's how they used him last year, right? When they had Drew Brees. Drew Brees was obviously a great player out there, throwing the ball well, distributed amongst the different wide receivers and different players. And he would just come in there and for a quick change-up for the defense, throw the defense off balance. All right. But sometimes when he comes in there, even though the defense know what type of player it was, he would still get his 2 or 3 plays because the defense wasn't looking for that. They weren't prepared for it. They got to the groove of defending Drew Brees, and all of a sudden throw Taysom out there and change it up. And not a lot of teams could adjust to that.
Yes, right.
But yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think when New England let go of Cam, why do you think the Saints didn't look at Cam?
Didn't they have Jameis Winston at the time?
Yeah, still.
Yeah. Well, I think that one they have Jameis Winston, they have Taysom Hill, so they thought that
Still, I'm bringing Cam in. Those guys got to go.
But
I'm gonna put Jameis as backup. I'm gonna move Taysom Hill back to his gadget play, man. I'm gonna bring that monster in, man.
But I haven't been paying attention to it. But how's Cam doing now?
He's doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
It seems like they've been trying to sit him down for a couple games. Yeah.
They probably can't, but
No, have you seen in the last couple? The reason why I'm asking because I was watching. I know the first time he came back, he did the whole Superman stuff, running the end zone. But they were saying that a couple of highlights I was watching, they're showing them benching him or something. I don't know. Did he play today? Did you watch the game today?
Yeah, I watched the game today, so we'll have to see. I watched the game today.
So I don't know where that's going.
It's about him getting his rhythm, man. That's it. He just got to get his rhythm.
I think Cam, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you do, I think Cam kind of lost a little bit of that oomph he had as a rookie when he lost that Super Bowl. I remember after he lost the Super Bowl how he was in the media room and he had his head down and he kind of didn't want to answer the questions and stuff. I wonder if that kind of affected him because it didn't seem like he bounced back after that.
I just think he took a beating in Carolina and he played hurt. He played through injuries and he didn't get those injuries taken care of. So the last couple of years it's caught up to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His core he's just not as strong. His arm is not as strong. So he needed that time off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that messed up his rhythm.
Yeah.
His throwing motion is different. So it's about quarterback. It's all about rhythm, man.
Yeah.
You know, and he's been with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different type of receivers. So he just hasn't got rhythm with his offense.
Yeah.
New England, I think that was a bad move. And, you know, if you thought about it, it sounded good. Him with Belichick can get it done. But
He wasn't a Belichick type of quarterback.
Not at all.
Yeah. He
You know what I
wasn't
mean?
that.
Belichick, he's more situational. It's like they practice for 2 hours on 3rd and 6. Like literally, they spend a whole practice on 3rd and 6. So it's a different mindset playing for that guy.
Uh-huh.
Whereas with Cam, you gotta let him play, man. You gotta let Cam be Cam. Let him get a rhythm. Get some big guys on the outside so he can throw. You know, make their circumferences bigger, and let Cam be Cam.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because I think sometimes coaches have to let the players play. I think sometimes the players feel like they have so much restrictions on them. They can't go out there and do their thing. They feel like if I make a wrong step, coach is gonna probably cut me or move me down to the second team. And you don't allow you, but they give the freedom to certain guys that have the big contracts and everything that they give them more chances to make mistakes because they justify that by their contracts of the investment that they make into them. But I feel like if a player just gets the freedom to just go out there and just go out there and ball out, I think they'll do it. Yeah.
You guys wish you guys were able to do that when you guys were playing?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. I wish I was able to do it. I think I didn't learn how to quite to do it until Junior Seau. You know, when I actually played with Junior Seau, he basically said, "Morlon, you just have to turn it loose, and that's basically what I did in my last year there in Miami. I had 133 tackles. I signed with the Houston Texans. Started 4 years for them. I was first on the team my first year in tackles, 144 tackles. And then we brought in D'Amico Ryans, and he was the middle linebacker, the will linebacker. He led the team in tackles because he played on dime. You know, when you play on Nick dime, when you're the only one linebacker out there. But I was second on the team in tackles for the next 3 years because D'Amico was a good linebacker as well. But I learned to do that afterward. I learned how to train myself, prepare, and just go out there in the field and just kind of just let it loose. In my first 3 years in the NFL, it was more like being precise, make sure you're on the right side, make sure you're in the right gap. You know, just go and make a play. You know, just turn it loose and go make a football play. And Junior was like, if you think it's run, go get it. And if it's not run, if you're in the backfield, go sack the quarterback. If you're not in the backfield, turn and run and chase and cover the wide receiver. And I was like, man, this comes from Junior Seau. He 13 years, been to, at the time, I think 11 or 8, I think it might have been 13 Pro Bowl. Right. But I'd be like, all right, maybe I should listen to him, you know? And I already watched a lot of tape already, but he always watched a lot of tape himself, and he would even show me more stuff to look at. And I went out there, started doing it, started listening to it, and the last year when Junior got hurt, his back got hurt, I got more playing time. But I utilized what they taught me, and man, I made 133 tackles, and that's what allowed me to sign my contract over there in Houston. So I think sometimes a lot of players they don't open it up because they know they have a job. It's a job now. They don't want to lose their job because the job is providing for the family, which is what my thing I was doing. You know, I was trying to help my family. And so when you take that pressure on you, sometimes you just want to do everything the coach say. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why. Right? This is what happened. Another reason why I think it was my second or my second year in Miami. And we played either San Francisco. I think we played San Francisco. And they, as an outside linebacker, sometimes they play a defense where you're covering the tight end, where they bring it to the line of scrimmage, where you're not off the ball, where you could run around and make tackles. You become like a defensive lineman playing pass, you know, basically covering the C gap. And I remember that play, I did a great job locking down the tight end, you know, but I only made one tackle, right? And the tight end, the coaches were worried about this tight end. I shut him down and all this stuff. I forgot who the tight end was at the time. And then when we were the next week in practice, the coach came up to me like, Morlon, one tackle? I was like, coach, but the guy had me on the line covering the tight end. Sometimes he was flex. I was basically playing cornerback. And, you know, I'm out there man to man. And they were like, but one tackle? And that's when I realized that it's not about doing your job, it's about making plays. So you have to do your job and then make plays, because that's the key to the game production. Because when you get that stat sheet after the game, they're just going to see how many tackles this one have, how many forced fumbles this guy got, fumble recoveries, all of those things, the sacks, you know, pass breakup,
impact on the game,
impact of the game, and that's all that matters. You could have a great impact on the game by the coverage that you have, shutting down the, but in the position that we played, that wasn't viewed as having impact. They're looking at stats. So I'll be like, you know what? So, so like later on in my career, when they try to put me up on the line, I just told them that I'm not very good at it. I was really good at it though. Like in college, I want to be off the ball. I'll be like, I want to be off the ball, coach. Yeah, man.
And what do you guys think about Michael Thomas? Do you guys think that the Saints should move on from him?
Are the Saints from move on from who?
Michael Thomas, the receiver. See how he feels in offseason. Let him get healthy, man. That's another player that was played all last year injured. You know what I mean? So when you're playing injured, you're compensating for something else, right? So those other things break down. So he's played at a high level for the last 6 years. He's been a top 5 wide receiver. I think he's earned the right to get healthy and come back and show that he's 100%. And then you go from there.
I totally agree with that. Sometimes when you're playing for such a high level, you just need a break for your body to recover and just heal. And if they can just see that and do it, but it goes back to being in the NFL. You know, it's a business. You know, it's
what have you done
for me lately? Yeah. So that's basically what it is. You know.
Not for long. It's all
not
kind
for
of
long. NFL, not for long. Mm-hmm. But New Orleans is up 6-0. Second quarter here, 13 minutes left.
Do you guys think they're winning today?
Man, you know,
Tampa Bay's up to a slow start.
Yeah, I would say Tampa Bay, but sometimes.
Oh, good Lord, that's bull. I can't stand when a defensive back does that to a wide receiver, man. He should be thrown out the game.
It's tough though. You know why?
Man.
Because how is he gonna tackle him?
Not like that.
Oh man.
Not like that.
I
mean, not like that.
I think he's
I mean, not like that.
No, not like that.
You know? And
was,
really? Like really?
That was I think he's hurt, man.
Yeah.
You saw how his knee went.
Yeah, you want to high five and shake and you just maybe put this dude out for the rest of the season. Yeah. And when he wasn't even looking at you, hands extended way up, you're going to hit him right at the knee. You know where you're hitting him. Tackle the guy up top, man.
Yeah. I didn't thought that it was like that. I thought he hit him on the side, but that was
right
too
at his
low.
knee.
That was low.
That's BS.
Yeah.
Have you guys been ever severely hurt and had to get off first?
Yeah. I've got hit like that, but came across my face, running across the middle. Totally not. Ball wasn't catchable. I jumped up. Dude just laid right into me and get up and they want to celebrate somebody that's defenseless.
Right.
Yeah.
Hit me when I can see you. All right? I mean, that's the difference. You know what I mean? So I understand a good hit. I'm all for it. Boom. But when you hit a defenseless guy, you want to celebrate that. Miss me with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And what about you, Morlon? Have you ever been severely hurt?
I got hurt during my rookie year. I hurt my midfoot, but that was in training camp, in practice, one-on-one. Then for the first time, I wore some shoes I would never wear. They came out with some cool flat tops, low tops. And I put it on, be like, let me try these shoes.
Oh, you put on the Speed TVs. I know exactly what you put on.
no support on the ankle or anything, going
That's
there
for
and pass
us.
rush. Yeah.
Those for us.
Yeah,
man.
but you know what? It was the day that we weren't in pads and
Yeah.
stuff. I said, let me just take it
It's
easy.
so light. It's under.
So light, yeah. I went there, put a move, you know, felt like I was extra fast now because, you know, foot feel light and everything. Came, and just I came down on my foot and the midfoot on my foot, like I heard something pop.
Nah,
like,
that's support.
Yeah. So I was on crutches for like 4 weeks. And then I tried to come back for the first game I was telling you about with the Tennessee game. And I heard it again, so I was out for 3 games. So I missed 3 regular season games my rookie year. And then I started my first game with the Patriots after they won the Super Bowl. So I was it was a real nerve-wracking game, but that was one serious injury. And the other one happened, my tibia and my fibula is fused together because my last year in Miami, our offensive lineman fell on it. And I didn't know what was wrong with me until I went over to Houston, but I couldn't say anything because they assigned me to a big contract. I had to go over there, act up, so I had to play through the year and the pain. But there's a lot of stuff you could take for pain management in the NFL. And after my first year there, even though I had 144 tackles, they fired all the coaching staff, they brought in new coaching staff and everything. And I was like, I'm not going to let this foot. So they brought in like a whole bunch of linebackers to take my position. And D'Amico Ryans was one of them that they drafted. And they got back on the Toradol, because I was on Toradol my rookie year for my foot. I was on there for 2 years, then I came off it. So I didn't know how those stuff was gonna affect me,
Right.
But I was a band Toradol, boom, and
You start making business decisions.
Exactly.
You start making business decisions with your life, with your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The game is real.
Yeah.
The game is real.
Absolutely.
The game within the game
Yeah.
is real.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, those are the 2 things. And then you have the AC joint with hitting that you got to play through. But like I said, the difference between are you injured or are you hurt?
Right.
So you have to learn how to deal with the pain. They put the little extra shoulder padding, the little cuff pads under there to make sure that you have the extra cushion there. And but you deal with all of that stuff and the little knuckles and the elbows and blah blah blah. But we're like robots,
Yeah, you guys can get a lot for sure.
It's similar to the military. I feel like the military is, except they're not shooting at us. I mean, big up to those guys, but they go through a similar type stuff. They talk about PTSD and all that stuff. Players go through the same thing too. Yeah, man. So, what do you think about the game? You learn a little bit about it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I do like football. I'm not someone that watches it all the time.
Yeah.
But I do love to watch the game live, in person.
Yeah.
I think it's the visual and the crowd and everyone.
Nice.
I love watching it. It's a good time.
Nice. Who do you think is going to win tonight?
I'm not sure. I would go back to going the hype. And then
Who's
I'll
that?
switch over to the other side.
I just go at the record. Well, the Saints is 6-7, right? And you can see Tampa Bay is 10-3. Normally, people go with the team with the higher record, but as you can see, New Orleans know that this is a big game for them because they're trying to make it to the playoffs.
But New Orleans has a championship defense too.
Yeah.
Their defense is really good.
Exactly, and they won the Super Bowl before. I mean, Coach Payton won the Super Bowl before, so he knows what it feels like.
Oh, make a play. Come on, that's room. Oh, get through there, baby. Get through there. You gotta get through that little scene.
Hey, you know what's funny? Is when I first started watching football, right? Because I never really grew up watching football. But when I was trying to figure out what the first down was after I played my first year in high school, my first year was my junior year, and I didn't know what the first down was, and my coach told my homework is to go and watch Monday Night Football. But prior to that, when I used to see football games, flicking through the channels coming from Jamaica, I used to be like, why are they always running up in the middle? Why don't the guy just run real fast on the outside? When you first watching the game, it's just like you watching, be like, hey, you could just zip,
Right.
But when you're on the field, it's different, right? But when you're watching it,
See, the thing is, you guys want us. You guys want to use us, the sideline, as a 12th defender.
yeah,
All right, so the fastest way to that point is a straight line.
yeah,
So if we got guys, your big butt coming at me 100 miles an hour, I want that.
yeah,
Because I just got quick moves, right?
Yeah,
Boom,
exactly.
boom, 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 boom. And you
Yeah.
guys coming this way. Going north and south, nah. Angles, getting drove into the ground. You guys, no, you guys love that. That's what you guys want. Our job is to get from here to there as fast as possible.
yeah,
You know, and that's a straight line. So
Yeah.
boom, 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 through the middle.
uh-huh.
You know, one cut, boom. Running backs, what are they talk?
yeah,
1 foot in the ground,
yeah,
go.
yeah.
You know, head upfield.
Who is the favorite running back? I know you play wide receiver, but which running back?
That's tough. I think Eric Dickerson was my favorite,
Yeah.
but Marshall Falk he changed
Oh
the game.
yeah, Marshall Falk is good.
Marshall Falk changed the
I
game.
don't know why I keep forgetting about Marshall Falk when people ask about running backs. I always say Ricky Williams and Adrian Peterson. But
Yeah, but Marshall Falk was the first one to
was
have
really
1,000
good.
yards catching,
Yeah,
1,000 yards rushing.
yeah,
Like he changed the game. You know what
nice.
I mean?
Yeah.
He made a different position for running back. He made guys that could catch, run, or guys that could catch or run. Literally, he make it right. You got third down backs because of Marshall Falk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he played every down, but
And he played like his running style was so smooth. You know, it's like it never really breaks stride and you just keep on going. It's kind of, like if I'm running back got a whole bunch of shit,
man,
you go
he was
bam, 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 boom,
was
boom, boom.
nice.
And it's like he just read it right away. And
yeah, he was nice.
yeah, it was really good. He actually was over there in even San Diego, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, that was a nice run. I think Fournette has been playing better.
Oh yeah, really. He's
I think
catching the ball this year
yeah,
too.
going catching the ball, playing better. I wonder if he was hurt before because I used to always see him when he runs. He's like when he would get contact, he would kind of not push it hard and go down. And I was like, for a big running back, you don't need to. He shouldn't have went down that easy.
Exactly.
Sometimes what happens is sometimes a player has an injury, but he has to play, right? So if coach be like, hey, how come you're not getting this? He's not going to be like, hey, it's because my ankle is bothering me, because he's going to put the other running back in, and they're going to get more position, and you lose that. But he's running a lot better. I think he looks healthy to me. Maybe he wasn't healthy before. Maybe he's just getting into his rhythm, but I think he's been doing good. Byron Leftwich. That's when I had my first NFL interception against him. My second one was against Drew Brees. Drew Brees at Houston. First one was Byron Leftwich.
Oh.
Second one was against Drew Brees. That's when what's his name? That running back. Reggie Bush was on the team. Yeah. 2007. Yeah. It's funny that the two teams are playing tonight. Byron Leftwich is the quarterback, and the Saints were the team that Drew Brees for the interception.
Who are your guys' top teams right now?
Good question.
Top teams is Tampa Bay, Kansas City. You have not Buffalo. Green Bay, right? Arizona, and New England. Those are my top teams. Those are teams I feel like to watch. Those are teams that I think is gonna go. But I think the two teams that I like is Tampa Bay and Kansas City. So.
What about you, Darran?
It's just to me like now to me the season starts. The last 4 games of the season heading to the playoffs. So next week I can have a better answer for you. I want to see who's playing good, who's been playing good the last couple of weeks. Who's rolling, who's starting to get going around this time of the year. You got remember this time last year they were 7-5, and they started to roll.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this is the time of the year where guys, starts catching their stride. You get that second win. Those injuries kind of like, your body's callous. You just go.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean,
Yeah.
this time of year, there were, I think even go back a week before when the Pittsburgh Steelers were 11-0,
Right.
and Tampa Bay was 7-4, and I told them Tampa Bay was going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
And you know what they said? All of them started yelling at me. And then Tampa Bay ended up beating Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Yeah. That's a good wide receiver too, man.
he's been good for a long time too.
Good for a long time. Those plays when they come down on the back like that. You seen the tight end for the San Diego Chargers when he caught that pass, the first touchdown, and he came down and he hit the back of his head, and he was like,
Bro,
man, that's another thing people gotta be careful. So when you're falling, you probably gotta tuck that chin, you know, like so you don't hit the back.
I come down on my face mask like this,
Yeah,
whole face swollen.
yeah,
So those are tough. It's just the whip. So force coming down on the ground, your body hits, your neck either whiplash. So
yeah.
it's tough, but it's part of football.
hmm
We signed up for it when we were 9 years old. So
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why they say most players in football have CTEs because of those collisions, right? They say boxers are less
oh, come on.
are less to have CTE than players because of the contact. You know, the speed, the velocity. You know, they got these big guys running really fast, connecting with each other. It's like car crashes, right? But they're doing a good job of the concussion protocol of making sure it's safe for the quarterback, the game. But it's still it's a gladiator game, man. It's a modern day gladiator game. Even a lot of people say that rugby. A lot of people say that.
Got him. And you know it's Jordan. You know who it is. He been doing it for a long time.
A lot of people say rugby is tough because they don't have any pads on and stuff like that. But you know what I say? It's not as tough. Let me tell you why. Your body knows you don't have on pads. So when you go on full speed, you're not gonna just run in there all reckless. You're gonna connect. It's gonna be tough, but it's not like when you have the pads on and the helmet. When you're protected and you're running full speed, man, I got this armor on. I'm wham.
Oh, he missed it.
You know, so that's the difference. You know, that's why back in the day when they had the leather helmets on, there wasn't collisions like this because they didn't have any face mask. So someone's gonna make sure they don't leave with their face like this. Sometimes they probably get, but majority of the time you're gonna move your face out of the way as a defensive mechanism, right? To protect yourself. But when you have a face mask, a shield, that's what you're leading with, and that's why they're trying to instill into guys' mind about when they're tackling the head position and not leading with your head, leading with the shoulder. Yeah.
Easy answer to that question is you don't see a lot of rugby guys playing football.
Yeah.
Whereas football guys can go to rugby and dominate.
Yeah.
They can't come.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We can go to their sport and dominate.
Yeah.
But they can't come over there,
They
put on
can't
pads, and play our sport. That's the difference.
Yeah. Oh man. That's a
But
great
they have
point.
their top player
That's a
go
great
play
point.
for 49ers, right?
Yeah.
Lasted 2 weeks of camp.
Oh,
It's a
is that
different
right?
game. Their top player, rugby top player.
You
Big
see,
guy.
I'm glad
2
you
weeks
said
of
that.
camp.
I'm glad you said that because
And people don't realize camp. Right?
Uh-huh,
Tell
yeah.
them about camp. Man.
when I was playing football camp, the tour day practices, and now tour days back in the day was put in place because players didn't have off-season training. You know, the OTAs, right? But now we have OTAs, then we have training camp. When you're in training camp, you're in full pads, twice a day, practicing, just going at it each day. Inside
Mixed
drill.
in with preseason games.
Yeah, mixed in with the preseason
So you have
game.
2 days on Thursday, fly out Thursday night for a game on Friday, and you just had 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're trying to make the team
Yeah.
on those legs. All right, so I just want to paint a picture for you guys right there, all right? You know, it's tough.
No, I remember in college, I had 14 days of tour days in full pad. I mean, that was at Syracuse. That's why we that's why we did so well in the NFL, because Coach P, we had a good coach, but he worked us, man. I remember when I went to the end, like in our shells in college was shoulder pads and shorts, and full pads was full pads. I used to be like, what's the difference? You know,
Right.
I still got the shoulder pads on. So I used to go in the NFL when we were in the NFL. There was like shells, so I walk out there with my shoulder pads on. And Sam Madison was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, we're in shells, right?" He was like, "Yeah, no." He was like, "Yeah, we're in shells. We're not in shoulder pads." And I thought there was this little thing,
little shells.
Shells. I was like, "Oh, all right, this makes sense." You know, because I never saw the difference in when Coach B was like, "Okay, we're in shells today. We're still in shoulder pads, still hitting, still running, and stuff like that." I remember we had 14 days of tour days. I mean, I felt like my body was falling apart. And I was team captain too that year. I remember all the guys were complaining. They was like, "Man, Morlon, you gotta tell Coach P to chill, man. You gotta tell Coach." But I was the captain, so I had to lead by example and stuff like that, right? And I remember one day, guys were like falling apart, and Coach B came to me and was like, "Morlon, do you think do you think practice is a little tough? You know, how you feeling?"
14 2 days in a row. 14
I was like, "Coach, I'm falling apart, man." And he was like, "All right, okay, we're gonna taper it down." So, because I was telling the truth, because I used to always go hard, you know. I was always a hard worker and everything that I did. So, you know that if there's one person that's gonna tell the truth, is Morlon, yeah. And I knew the guy's been complaining for like about 5 days now. I'd be like, "Man, I don't know how much it's gonna take. I don't know." You know.
You being the captain on the team, you get lectures a lot, you do anything more or less?
So as being the captain, you know, the spotlight is on you for leadership. You know, so when you're coming up to the game, you know, you have to kind of think about what you're gonna say to the team to motivate them, different from what the coach is saying. Because you know, coaches have their own way of motivating the team, but you as the player on the team, as the leadership position, you have to be able to think about how can I get the team going without sounding like a coach. You know, you know, for them thinking like, "Oh, you're just saying this," you know, kind of bring to them a real perspective that they can understand and they can relate to, and be like, "All right, this is what we need to do and to get them going." So it's definitely a lot in each week. You got to think about it. When the team lose, you kind of take a little bit extra responsibility because you're in that leadership role. You know, so it's not just the coaches losing or the entire team. Like you felt like you lost because personally lost as a captain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it definitely prepared me. It definitely prepared me for life. You know,
you gotta put it on him. Taysom Hill, he's wide open. You gotta put it in front of him, let him play. I mean, that's Alvin Kamara, man. Put the ball on him. He could take that.
Let me see.
Yeah, man, he can go the distance. Like it's frustrating. Give it to him. He's gone.
Put
it on his chest. Yeah. He's gone.
Is he?
KYOP, know your personnel, bro. Give him the ball in front. Let him play.
So it seems like we have a guy that's rooting for New Orleans over here.
No, I'm just you know, it's like, you know.
No, he's just going to go and play by play, yeah. And that's why we were talking about earlier about the passing game with him, right? It's not totally on point. That was an easy play. That's a play that's a play the quarterback wants. He wants an easy throw over the middle.
Running back,
easy for him.
Running back on the middle linebacker.
On the middle linebacker and defeat them.
Yeah. Not
right
just
there.
any running back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good shifter and he's strong too. A lot of people don't know how strong he is.
Exactly.
He's a really strong runner. I think I watched a video of him pulling a car or something in the off season as one of his training. Like, you know how you would have put on the harness, yeah. And he was pulling a car. That was part of his. That was part of his workout.
Training.
Yeah.
I know you did as well. Pushed ourselves to some crazy limits, man.
Yeah.
Like some crazy limits. We would do like we just will push ourselves to try and be better and better and better and better. Whatever that limit was, we was pushing it. It was just really, it was really cool, man, to challenge yourself like that, man, and especially physically. You know what I mean?
You know,
really cool.
and I'm glad you say that because sometimes as a competitive athlete, when is enough? It's like
we didn't know.
We didn't know. Be like, all right, I got to this level, or this amount of push-ups, or this amount on the bench. Let me get more, and be like, am I gonna,
stop?
When I'm gonna stop?
Then you go home with the homies and whip out the cards, and then you do a push-ups on the cards because you're just trying to get better, stronger, better and better every day. It was, man, that was an awesome journey, man. That's the stuff I take with me with work now with business.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Absolutely.
Same attitude in business, man.
And that's definitely the mentality that you have to take,
Exactly.
Definitely a mentality you take. But yeah, man, it's definitely a competitive game that keep you constantly going, constantly wanting to improving, constantly knocking you down, constantly you have to earn something or rise back up and to kind of get yourself back, like if you lose the game, or maybe you lose the game because you get beat on a play or you get beat on a tackle, then you realize that, hey, you know what, I don't have this perfect, tackling is not that easy.
Oh, you're going to get embarrassed.
You got to go use the technique, and so it's a humbling game that keeps you constantly working to perfection, because they never really get there, but as long as they just keep on working towards getting there. No one player is perfect. No one in this world is perfect. Not even Tom Brady winning all of this Super Bowl is perfect either. I mean, you see him throw interceptions too, right? But he just has a way how to play and compete at a high level, and he understands that, the training aspect of it, of what it takes to be the best,
What's the ultimate team sport?
Yeah.
You got 11 guys.
Yeah.
And if one guy messes up, all 11 gets blamed for it.
Yeah.
So it's the ultimate team sport, man.
That's why it's great to have a player, let's use basketball for example, Michael Jordan, to get everybody playing good, right? Even though you have, I didn't see The Last Dance, and I'm going to watch it just because I've been so busy. I've been waiting to watch it.
Yeah.
But with so many different personalities that you got.
Oh, make a play, Gronk.
Nice. With so many different personalities, right? To be able to bring them together and to be able to make them know that to focus on the common goal, which is winning, that is hard to do. It's like when you talk about being leaders of men. Same thing Tom Brady is to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Leading these men, and they know what type of guy he is. So that kind of put an extra pep in their step, like you said. And I think I think that's a great thing. It's a great thing.
All right, guys. Well, I think we had an amazing talk, and we'll keep it going. Right now, we're going to take a moment to thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back to Beers and Ballers. Once again, thank you guys so much for our sponsors. Thank you for supporting us, and let's get back into the second half of the game.
Yeah, what do you think so far? Halftime just ended. Tom Brady, he's we go back to the halftime of the Super Bowl when he played against Atlanta, right? They were down by 28-3 or something like that at halftime. They go back, they made a halftime adjustment, they come back and win the Super Bowl. I mean, Dwight Freeney was on that Atlanta team, and he said he didn't even want to talk about the game because they thought they had the game won, and there was no way, and Tom Brady was able to do that. What do you think the plan for Tampa Bay is for the second half?
I think Tom Brady went in halftime. They looked at they looked at some plays where they missed some shots, where they probably missed a block.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not when we see plays that don't go through.
Yeah.
It's only one little adjustment they need to make, right, for the play to happen. So for Tom Brady, man, they looked at those plays, none in particular, a lot of plays probably, and they're gonna make those halftime adjustments, man. He's the king. He's the master of adjustments. So. I'm looking for a big second half.
Big second half.
Yes.
Big second half, yes. I agree with you on that one. Coming back into the second half with his adjustment, and plus he's been playing for so long. I mean, how much adjustment or how much type of formation, different thing is there. It's just a few things there, and he played with the best, Bill Belichick. I've been with Bill Belichick for so long, and he's a great quarterback himself. So making those halftime adjustments is nothing. But you can tell that he's frustrated tonight, though.
Right. But at the same time,
New Orleans got a great defense.
Yes,
I mean, they have a great defense. I mean, I think the last time I seen New Orleans play was against the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, they were coming after them. I mean,
and Tom Brady's one kryptonite is pressure up the middle, making him move laterally.
Yeah.
All right, that's his one kryptonite. If you can get pressure up the middle, and those guys, they're just getting pressure with 4 guys.
Right.
Those 2 defensive ends and 2 tackles they're causing havoc.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing you can do.
Yeah.
To put pressure on Tom Brady, but how many people in the league has that defensive line?
How many people have in the defense exactly? To be able to do that.
To be able to do
and
that.
because they invest a lot in the offensive linemen to protect Tom Brady, so you have to give the Saints some credit for definitely having those type of caliber players to be able to put that pressure on Tom Brady with his quality offensive line that he got. Yeah.
Who would you guys think is the most important receiver for Tampa Bay?
Mike Evans, number 13. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
No,
You're right.
I know.
Right.
Some people be like,
Number 83.
hey, how do you don't know his name? You should know everybody's name. I do not know everybody. I know them by numbers, right? But I think he's pretty good. He's a tall receiver that has some strong run good routes. He has the ability to leap and catch a ball, and he's also dependable. You can depend on him when you throw him the ball. Once in a while he had a couple drop balls, but earlier this year, but he made some real big crucial plays, and I think that's one of the go-to guys for Tom Brady.
What about you, Darren?
Especially being with Antonio Brown being out.
And you, Darren,
That's who I was gonna go with.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Evans is the guy right now, but the most important that frees up, makes Mike Evans' job easier. All the other guys' job is Antonio Brown. Now he's out by his own doing. All right,
I didn't even know the full story behind that. What happened?
the guy with the ghetto route, man. He got a fake vaccine pass.
Okay.
And they caught up to him, man.
Yeah.
He got suspended 3 games. So,
Okay.
that's frustrating. He's not hurt. He's not anything. He gets suspended because of that. So,
And I also think another thing too, and not to cut you off, but another thing. Now tonight's game, we don't know what happened with Godwin. With that over the middle pass.
Yeah.
He got low tackle and all that stuff.
But Antonio Brown, man, is to me he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. Like not even a question asked. It's quick. His first step is tremendous. Like he's going to command a double team on every time he's on the field. So that opens it up for Mike Evans and Godwin. And good gracious, those 2 guys could be number 1s anywhere else. So,
absolutely.
when they're at full strength, I think Antonio Brown makes everything work better.
Yeah.
But the most important is Mike Evans. As you
Mike
said.
Evans, yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's a pretty big receiver.
Big
too.
receiver,
he runs
possession,
fast.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly. He got the presence there.
Crucial.
And obviously Tom Brady liked him.
Yeah.
And I think he broke some record. Did he break some record? Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe.
Caught Tom Brady 700
Oh.
or 600 touchdown.
I mean, anybody now playing with Tom Brady
600
is playing
touchdowns.
with.
Right.
He's
That's crazy. 600 touchdowns. That's video game stuff,
Wow.
man.
Wow.
600 touchdown passes in the NFL.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of touchdown, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay haven't had a touchdown all game. I mean, that's kind of unlike Tom Brady, right? Going this close especially into the third quarter. But it's a credit to the New Orleans defense, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, this is what he does, right? His speed, but still, there's so much speed on Tampa Bay. There's no way. Tampa Bay has a good defense as well. I mean, they were Super Bowl returning. They returned everybody coming back from the Super Bowl last year, and they have a real fast defense. Linebackers, the defensive line, and also the cornerbacks as well. But so two great defense playing against each other, as you can tell by the score.
Yes.
You know, low scoring game. But I know Tom Brady is frustrated. Very frustrated.
And moving on to the Saints, he's talking about Michael Thompson. Do you guys think that he's the reason, or he could be a reason that they could be holding a title contender?
Michael Thompson, or
Michael Thompson, do you guys think Michael Thompson, the Saints, they make him title, that makes the team a title contender?
like losing him or having him?
Having him.
You know, there's a few components that help the Saints to be a contender. I mean, they're still not out of it, right? There's still some more time. They could win this game tonight. I mean, they are winning the game tonight as we're looking at it, right? But he definitely add another dimension, another weapon that they can go to, and he's a good receiver that can really make some very explosive plays during the game that can change the outcome of a game. So I think he does do that. I think he definitely does do that. But losing Jameis Winston, you know, you have to have a quarterback. If you have great wide receivers, if you don't have quarterbacks that can throw them the ball, I mean, you might as well, you know, it's kind of pointless, right? As we saw earlier, Kamara was coming over the middle and kind of underthrew him. That if a good quarterback hit Kamara, it's Kamara, right?
Yeah,
Hit Kamara on the run. I mean, this guy is so good and so explosive. Man, I remember one time he was playing against the Seattle Seahawks, and he one play he just took it all the way, man, or took it for a long game. But that's what he's capable of, and those are some of the things that cannot happen if the quarterback don't get the ball in the right place. I mean, it really stems from the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know?
What about you, Darran? Do you think?
He took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say, like, he can be there all he wants, but it takes the quarterback to get him the ball. So it starts with the quarterback position. That's why they get paid the most, right? You know, they're the most important piece on the ball club. They put the offense together. So we can have 3 number ones, you know, all out there, but it takes the quarterback to get them the ball. So it starts with Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, and you work from there. You know?
Right.
So I wonder where they are now. And are they? See, the third quarter, 6 minutes 27 seconds. Oh, they're fourth down. Let's see what they're going to do here. They got to be in the red zone for them to be going for it. Let's see where they are.
It just, man, they're covering. Their guys can't get. Nobody can get open. This is where we need Antonio Brown.
This is where
Antonio Brown will get open. Nobody can cover him one-on-one, and these guys can cover one-on-one.
They are. Well, they're on the 37-yard, 35. Yeah, 36.
It's man-to-man defense, and these guys getting covered.
Why did they do that?
Man-to-man, these guys getting covered.
You know what?
And Tom Brady's been off too, as well.
Yeah. But that play, I think he was hoping to get like a penalty. You know, sometimes they throw
that is
the ball
a PI
up.
right there. Good Lord.
That's a PI. I mean, it kind of looked like it. That's what I was thinking. But if the ball was uncatchable too,
It's
you know,
uncatchable,
so
out of bounds.
that's the other reason. But not to talk about anything else, but they got the Matrix coming.
Right, Matrix is back.
I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, definitely. You know, looking forward to Tom Brady picking up the second half. But like we're talking about, it's a very great defensive game. You know, both teams got some great defense. The New Orleans Saints and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're battling. They're going back and forth. They put a lot of pressure on the opposing offenses, and that poses some problems for the quarterbacks, right? Especially, you know, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say it. I mean, the guy has accomplished so many things.
Right.
I mean, what has it been to, like 10 Super Bowls or 9? But he won 7.
Yeah.
And he lost twice. But the trivia question: which team has the
Giants.
oh, they lost twice? The Giants, yeah. And what was the other team?
Wow, good question. It was was it Brett Favre?
It was the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember?
It was
Yeah,
Philly.
Philadelphia Eagles. When they lost Wentz, and then they had the backup.
The backup.
Nick
Foles.
Nick Foles. Thank you.
They did win.
And he went on and went all the way and won the Super Bowl. Man, what a story, huh? I mean,
He did
they
win.
talk about on
Nick Foles
in
is still
football.
playing to this day because of that game.
Yeah, because of that game.
He's
And they
still in
signed
the
a
league.
nice contract there in Chicago, right?
Still in
Was
the league,
Chicago the only
chilling.
team he went to?
Chicago, he's in Chicago.
Went to Chicago, right? Yeah. Because I think they signed him.
Oh,
going
no,
in.
yep,
Yeah.
chilling,
Yeah.
chilling.
Got a Super Bowl ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, he earned it. You know, I would
put what?
love to have a Super Bowl ring right
He was MVP, so they put his gloves, his cleats, everything in the Hall of Fame. So he's a Hall of Famer without being a Hall of Famer.
Oh, wow.
He's in the Hall of Fame without
Nice.
being a Hall of Famer.
Nice. But you know what? He did a good job that year.
Oh, he did, man.
Did a great
He did.
job. Played. And I think they had one pass where he caught a touchdown too. Yeah, in the end
That was the
zone.
difference of the game.
Yeah.
Tom Brady missed his, he
Tom
caught
Brady,
his.
Tom Brady, yeah.
That was the
Tom
difference
Brady
of the
missed
game.
his because he had a pass where they did a throwback to the quarterback. Quarterback give it to someone, he goes off for a pass and they throw it to him. And Tom Brady didn't catch it. But I think Tom Brady threw for like 500 yards or something, right?
5 yards. Super
I
Bowl
mean,
record.
ridiculous, you know, amount of yards and still lose the game. To go to show you, any given Sunday, right? Anything can happen.
Yes, sir.
Anything can happen. That's why when people talk about, hey, what do you think the point
Oh.
spread is? Like, you know, when people talk about, what do you think the point spread is, right? Do you think this person's gonna win, or do you think that, you know, because this team got this? I said any given Sunday, just like the movie.
Yes.
Any team can win.
Right.
Because there was a lot of games we went into that we thought that we were going to win. And we're like, we can't believe we're down by this team. Are you kidding me? Is this really happening right now? And it actually kind of feels like you're in a dream. You know, after a while. But especially if it's a bad team. I mean, that you're not supposed to lose to. But any given Sunday, man, anything can happen. So,
Man, them boys is making plays out there, man.
yeah. I mean,
Either
you have to know-
either this is the worst route running ever, or we got the best one-on-one DBs and linebackers in the game right now because these guys are covering. That's a hell of a play right there.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that timing. Oh my God.
that's a nice play.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's a nice play.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
They're
Yeah.
playing well. Like I said, both
Yeah, that was
defense
real
are
nice
electrifying tonight. Yeah.
When you got corners and linebackers that can cover like these two teams are,
Yeah.
that's why they score 6-0.
Yeah. And believe it or
Oh,
not,
oh, come on. You almost got through there.
believe it or not, I like games like these. You know, I'm a defensive player, so I like to see the defense play well and to make plays and things of that nature. But I also like to see touchdown being
Yeah, but the games
scored
are
as well.
faster when it's a defensive game.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a way more faster paced game.
yeah. Pace game.
4 and outs, 3 and outs, 3 and outs, 3 and outs,
Yeah,
5 and outs, 6 and outs, and it's just a battle.
yeah,
Those games are a lot funner and they're faster.
yeah.
Before you know it, it's fourth quarter and shit get real fast.
Yeah, man.
Oh, hit that hole, baby.
That's a nice
Oh
job.
man, that's the way to hit
I like
that
this
hole.
running back.
Yeah, he runs hard.
I like him.
He runs hard.
I think he had, you know, was in the, what they call it, the
Doghouse.
doghouse. I was going to say the
Beginning
other
of the
house.
season, beginning of the season, first 3 games,
because
he
he
had fumbled.
he was fumbling the ball, but he is explosive. When
Man.
he can go the distance. Jones, right? Jones
Yep.
second, Ronald Jones. What did we just talk about? What did we just talk about?
Right on cue. He got gold, man.
I'll tell you. This guy.
He got gold.
Yep. That's a nice play. Absolutely. He's a good explosive player. Look at him go.
Yes, sir.
Nice. That was a good play. Definitely need a break for that one. Off the sideline getting some water, yeah. Who is it? Speaking
The
of
thing
running
is, they're
back.
gonna play this well all game,
Gotta win.
and Tom Brady's gonna beat them 14-6. He's just gonna score 2 touchdowns. He's gonna figure out a way to score 2 touchdowns, and it's gonna be 14-6. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh, Fournette is hurt. Oh, wow. Well, number 20, Ronald Jones could do
Oh,
it.
come on, baby. Not the time of the game to do that.
Not the time to do that.
You gotta make all these plays.
I mean,
He wanted to start running before he caught the ball.
and that's one of the things. They gotta catch the ball
Catch
first.
the ball first.
That's
You can't
another
do
thing.
shit.
You cannot go anywhere
Can't do
without the
shit
football.
first.
Right.
The football, so catch the thing that you need to. Well, you can't go anywhere with it.
Right.
Like the ball can't go anywhere unless the quarterback put it there. So that's you have to get the right progression. Nice.
Oh, come on, Gronk.
Nice. Gronk is always
But you
coming
see the
through,
fundamentals. It was 1-2, release.
Yeah.
Catch the ball out in front.
Yeah.
Fundamentals of the game, man. Look at this release.
This is his guy though, man. Gronk is always coming through.
Get inside.
Boom,
Hands.
right there. That's all it needs right there.
That's it.
Yeah, one guy was going down too. You gotta see how he kinda
See that
he's going
BS
to have
though,
good,
right?
Having to have
He's
good
on the
awareness,
ground
yeah.
trying to tackle him, man. Come on, bro.
It's good to have good awareness.
Yeah. Oh! Come on!
I mean, that was
Come on, look up, baby. Oh, look up. Ball. Oh, too late. He looked, but it was a little
Yeah.
too late.
he has this look on his face like you dropped the ball, man.
Oh,
You
there
had
you
a
go.
big
There you
check,
go.
See, defense is so fast, man. You
Man,
see how
them
fast
boys
they're
come up.
converging on that? That looked like
That
for a
was
second
safety.
it was going to be a big play.
Yeah, that was
And
safety.
they just converge on it like,
The boys is flying.
man. That's awesome. So, as we just saw that Fournette got hurt there, what do you think that does for Tampa Bay? Losing Fournette. What type of impact does Fournette have?
Running backs
on
are,
the-
I mean, I hate to say it, they're not a dime a dozen. There are some special running backs, but they're replaceable.
Yeah.
Very easy.
I mean, I feel the same way in this situation.
Yeah.
Because I think Ronald.
Oh!
I think.
No, he don't. No, he ain't.
Oh!
Oh!
Ah, man, that's a big turnover.
Hey, man, Cameron Jordan, man,
That's a big turnover.
he's showing his ass right now.
That is a huge.
He's showing his
turnover.
ass right now. And Kevin Jordan he's on his way to the hall.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, baby.
I mean,
Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Look at that. Effort.
Running back.
It's effort, man.
Yep.
Effort. Effort. Oh, come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. Come on. You don't do that. Come on. You have to earn your way. You have to earn that right.
Yeah. No, they're definitely playing up to the level.
Yeah, they're playing their ass.
What we're saying about Fournette now, I think having Ronald Jones there back at the running back, I don't think they really lose anything there because he's a quick back. Definitely, they like, and I think Fournette, they're most likely similar in running style, but I think Ronald Jones is a lot faster, more explosive, and can take it the distance.
He goes 70.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so luckily they have Ronald Jones. Hopefully he doesn't fumble the ball and cause any turnovers. Like we were talking about earlier, the difference in the games is normally what? Turnovers, penalties, and mental mistakes, missing assignments, right? That's why you
Tom
normally
Brady's
lose the
fumble,
game.
interception,
Absolutely.
no points.
That's it. See? Exactly. It's still 6-0.
Still 6-0.
Both defenses on fire right here, man. Both teams are playing really good. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is nice.
And right now, what you guys thinking and looking at the scores, how they're playing? Do you guys think that the other team is going to catch up? Do you guys think they're going to get up on there? What do you guys think?
Well, yeah, go ahead. Oh, well, I think watching the game now, it's pretty even, right? Both defenses are playing lights out. They're playing with great enthusiasm, great emotion, especially on the Saints side, because first of all, they're 6-7. They know that they still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. So this is an exciting game for them. And plus, they're playing against a quality quarterback. So defense normally gets up for that. They get energized for that. They want to be able to come here and be like, Tom, don't think that you're gonna run all over us.
Right.
And plus, they know what they did to him last year. So they'll be like, don't think that because Drew Brees in here that we're a different defense. Drew Brees is on the offensive side. We're still here, So they're actually showing that they're doing a good job tonight, but don't take anything away from Tom Brady. He's able to do things. I'm surprised that he hasn't done it yet. Obviously here Gronk missed a very big play. That would have got him into the 10-yard range, and he gave up a turnover. And so hopefully they're knowing them that they still got the fourth quarter to play in, that they'll be able to bounce back from that. But it's a pretty close game right now. Yeah.
What about you, Dan?
Well, the Saints are starstruck. And last year they beat them twice convincingly, 2 times. They lost when it counted, but Saints are starstruck by Tom Brady. They welcome it. Guys on that team know that, man, this is... So, like, when you play a guy like Tom Brady, you're in a position to get some film to show your grandkids that I played against the best to ever play, and I got a sack, I got a tackle, I got an interception on him. I mean, they're in a rare position right now to be able to do that.
Oh,
man. So I'd go all out too, you know what I mean? Like, regardless, I'm a professional. I'm going to play as a professional, but when you got a little bit of extra hot sauce,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I'm gonna add something to it.
Yeah.
Like when people do interviews and they talk about football, they go back to when I played against Tom Brady in college. But like, he sacked Tom Brady back in Michigan.
Exactly.
I'm like, that was in Michigan. I mean, like that's but because Tom Brady has done what he has done.
Exactly.
And everybody knows Tom Brady. They use that as a sell, whatever, because people know it. Oh, it's a big deal. You sacked Tom Brady back in Michigan. I'd be like, Tom, I mean,
open up your barbershop and have a picture of you sacking Tom Brady.
I sacked Tom Brady. But like you said, like everybody's gonna be like, yeah, we're in the game. We're playing Tom, And this game is a prime example of what team can do to Tom Brady to plan against him to be effective against a player like himself.
Put pressure.
You know, definitely.
You got to be able to cover man to man and be able to put pressure on him.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to do those two things at the same time.
Yeah.
And how many teams in the league can do that?
Very few teams.
Very few.
Like I mentioned, they have a real good offensive line, and also as a defense, what they have to do, like you said, up the middle, make him move his feet, put pressure on him so he can't sit back there like for like 3 days and then throw the ball. You know, because that seems like what it's been, right? You know, because the offensive line does such a great job of protecting him, and he's able to pick defenses apart because he's such a good quarterback. But if they're able to pressure the quarterback, I mean, that's everybody.
Yes.
Some quarterbacks get pressured, but then they can hurt you with a big run because they're mobile, like a Lamar Jackson, like a Kyler, yeah, exactly, like a Kyler Murray. You know, those quarterbacks can hurt you in that situation. So blitzing may not be as effective, but because Tom Brady is not that mobile, as you can tell right there, he had just had a turnover. It's effective against him.
Bro, he runs so hard. Like, he runs with reckless abandon, man. The guy just hit this corner, just throw himself in there.
And with running like that, you know, next thing, you got to take care of the football. That's probably why he had those fumbles, you know?
Right.
And you always got to be mindful of that. Mindful. But I think we'll definitely take it a distance. See, catch it. Wow, nice play. Good. Nice play. You see? I didn't see Fournette doing something like that. With his size and everything now, Fournette's good, but he has a little bit more shiftiness.
Yeah, he has a lot more. He has way better hips than Fournette.
Yeah. I've always liked him as a running back.
Yeah, I'm a California guy. He went to USC, so I watched him at USC.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good. Lord.
I mean,
dang, what was that?
Seems like a serious thing.
What was that? You gotta try and get me a cut to the outside, my guy.
I don't know why they run that play. I don't know why they.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, come on,
Look at this
78.
guy.
Yeah. Those guys blew their assignment. That's football. One guy blows his assignment. Look what happens.
And everything goes down.
That running back was supposed to fill that gap because the offensive lineman worked up to the linebacker. He got to fill that gap.
What would you do on this play right here? Fourth and one. Would you go for it?
With Tom Brady and the way my defense and Taysom Hill on the other sideline, yeah, I'm going for it.
Are you going for it?
Stopping them.
Yeah. No. Are you going for it on offense?
Yeah, on offense.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm playing against Taysom Hill.
Oh.
All right, he hasn't been able to do anything.
Yeah. Me personally, I would punt it. You know why? I think because of the time that it is. You know, the defense has been playing well. We still have enough time where, it's 6 points. Tom could still, if he score a touchdown, that's 7 points, and still win the game. You know, we're opposed to giving them the ball there, but what we've been seeing in games is that a lot of coaches have been going for it and making silly mistakes, or going for 2 points instead of going for the 1 point.
Yeah.
You know, instead of tying up the game or just making it. It's like they're so eager to get the lead that they end up losing the game. It just end up being a bad decision.
Baltimore 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
I think they were saying they lost 3 games
because of that decision.
A total of 4 points.
Not one to kick the extra point. Going for the extra. Going for the 2-point conversion to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But you gotta love your coach for that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What you got right there, Natalie? You got a couple of things on your phone right there that you got some important stuff over there.
Right now, what do you guys think Fournette means to Tampa Bay?
Oh well, I think we've touched on that a little bit. Fournette means a lot to Tampa Bay to have that dynamic running with both of the running back. You know, to have that guy that's a bigger runner to kind of wear down defense and have that slasher kind of like Ronald Jones to come in there and change it up a little bit. So he means a lot to them. But can they win without him? Yes, they can win without him because as you see, Ronald Jones does a good job of running the football. And it would be good to see how he does by playing a full game where he's not coming there substitute, because we all know as a player when you're coming in and out, you don't get in a rhythm, right? It's like all right, you're in, all right, you're out, you're in, you're out. Sometimes that kind of messes with the rhythm of a player. So he's a good asset to the team, but they can win without him.
What about you, Darren? What do you think? Is that?
I mean, like he was a big part of the offense, right? So I mean, it's going to throw a monkey wrench in certain plays they have set up for him to go off him because they use him in certain sets. So you know, it just depends on the adjustments. You know, and I thought Tom Brady would make the adjustment in the third quarter. To me, it was no adjustments made.
Yeah.
They made the adjustment with Ronald Johnson because they had to. It seems like New Orleans got the number. I don't know. They could rush the quarterback with 4, and they can cover one-on-one. That's the formula for beating Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So they got the formula right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they score 3 more points, I don't see these guys winning.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans go pull it out.
Yeah.
If you could rush up the middle with 4, meaning both your ends and your 2 tackles, and you could cover Tom Brady's team one-on-one on the outside, you got a chance to win the ball game.
Yeah.
But it's
Nice
not too many
tackle.
teams that have that roster that can do that. All right. So that's where they catch you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. That was a great tackle there by that linebacker. I mean, look at this. You know, we know how fast Taysom Miller. Look at it. Boom. Nice tackle, and it's coming off a block too. Nice. I like that. And put him the second down instead of giving him the first down and see what happens here.
Oh! You gotta make that play
I mean,
for
he
him.
has to make the play,
You
man.
gotta make that play right there,
He
bro.
has to
Come
make
on.
the play right there. Have to. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he said it right, you know.
Especially for
but
him.
It's a killer. That is a killer. I mean,
You gotta make that play for that guy right there. That's a beautiful throw. Oh, come on, big boy.
oh, man.
Oh, a little bit of alligator arms?
He-
You think he felt that safety in the back?
I think he jumped a little bit too soon and he started to go back down, or he didn't time it correctly, but it's still his bad. He's gonna be going back on the sideline saying, "My bad, coach." You know, it's funny. Some of the coach would be like, "My bad, coach." Coach would be like, "My bad."
Yeah, my bad.
My bad.
I
What
know
do
it's
you mean
your
by
bad.
my bad? Yeah. Oh man. Some coaches, they don't care about
They don't
it.
care about that.
They don't care about it. My bad.
Oh.
But like, what is that doing? That's not doing nothing for her.
They don't care about that my bad stuff. You know, they're like, miss me with that, man.
Ah. Hey, if the Saints score here, then it's going to become a different
nice.
football game.
Nice.
If they score,
Hey, I just want to take a little break, man, and just shout out to our crew. Doing an excellent job for us, man.
oh yeah,
Taking care of
absolutely,
us.
absolutely.
I appreciate you guys, man. Just want to give a shout out, for sure.
Yeah, man, same here. They're here on the cameras, you know, doing a good job. You know, being very patient with the sound. It takes a lot to go into a production to do it like this, to make it happen. And,
Look at my man. He
we
gave us the
appreciate
Marlon Brando look right there. Right?
He's over there taking notes. We're like, all right.
Right?
Let's see what they're doing here. You guys are looking too much at the TV. Make sure you look at the camera. Look at that camera.
Right.
No, just joking. But yeah, man, this is gonna be. I think if they score here, I think it's gonna be.
I mean, they got Captain America. Let's see what he does.
If they score here, do you think they go for 1 or for 2? I just want to call it before it happens.
I want to win. Yeah, Tom Brady,
No,
national TV, I'm going for 2.
they go for 2. See, this is the thing I'm talking about.
But if
because,
we kick a field goal here, I'm good.
no, yeah. But if they
Yeah.
score, that's going to be 12 points, and you could go for 2 to make it up by 2 touchdowns, or do you kick?
Nah,
you know,
I'm just gonna kick the field goal.
kick, yeah, that's kick it, right?
Yeah,
You know, like,
because they got to
see.
score twice anyway. He got to score 14 to beat me.
yeah. Got scored
And the
twice.
way our
and still
defense
made
is
it.
playing, I'm gonna
You
rely
never
on
know.
them.
Go for it, yeah. Yep. But let's see what they do. Let's see what Coach Payton is thinking.
Oh, that's offsides. You got caught at. Where the flag? Oh!
Oh!
You got to make that play, baby.
Defensive coordinator is going to be so mad at that.
You got to
I mean,
make
come
that
on.
play.
Just make the interception first before you run.
Yes,
It seemed like he was trying to catch it and run.
yes. In college, you get patted on the back for that play. In the league, no. You got to make that play, bro. They're pissed
Look
at
at it.
you. All right? That's the
Look
difference.
at that. I mean,
You got to make that play.
look at that.
Oh, you got to make
Oh,
that
man.
play. Come on.
Look at that. Ah,
Tampa Bay needs a shot, score,
I mean,
turnover. Oh, that
boom.
was.
Ran into a wall right there.
But he got that field goal position.
Yeah. That's a big difference right there.
I'm gonna call it. Tom Brady out the gate with a victory, 10-9.
10-9.
Bam. And I want to thank this lovely young lady right here sitting next to me. We're very lucky to be able to sit next to her and answer her questions she asked for us. You know?
Yep. They're doing a good job for us.
Yes, very much.
Oh, so now it's at 9-0. You know, no one would have predicted a game like this. You wouldn't have think that in the fourth quarter, with 7 minutes to go, it would have been 9-0.
Oh, that's a lot of money lost to Vegas already.
Oh,
The over
man.
and under on this was not 9 points, so we know that much.
I still don't even understand what that means. You know, like when we played because we weren't allowed to even gamble on the games and all this stuff. I just kept it out of my mind completely. So much that now I don't even know what it is. I don't even look at it. That's how much it'd be like, we don't want to catch you doing that stuff. Or so when people talk about the over and the under, I'm still like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Man, you know football. All right. So let me give you a little advice. Go down to the hotel
Yeah,
and just do the games. Just bet
Yeah.
on the games, straight up.
yeah.
You know football. So
No,
you
yeah,
can look
I
at
do.
the teams and be like, oh, they're going to win. Oh, yeah.
So where do you go
Easy
to do
cake.
that? You just go
I
to
go to the M. I live right
uh,
by the M.
so you go to sports book to do that,
Yeah.
or it's sports book? Oh. Yeah, I see. And what? You just bet on one game, or you could bet on a
I
whole
do
bunch
like
of
a
games?
5-game, 6-game parlay. And I just bet. Last week I won $1,500. I won all 5 games.
Or you just bet on the game and then?
Easy cake, bro.
Oh man!
Easy cake.
Wow.
Easy cake. Like literally some weeks are just
Uh-huh.
like, because you know the game.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, look at the injuries, see what's going on. It's
Uh-huh.
easy cake. I'm like, it's literally taking candy from the baby.
Except when Detroit beats somebody and be like,
Except
whoa,
when
Lord.
Detroit, except when that BS
I wasn't
happens.
seeing this
But
one.
that's why you go 5-6 games.
5,
Leave
6
those
games, yeah.
weird games alone.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I wouldn't bet Detroit, Cleveland.
yeah.
Who gonna win that game?
Well, someone might be like, Cleveland is gonna win,
But
and then
we
Detroit.
know
Yeah.
Detroit got a huge chance to win that game.
Yeah.
Because Baker Mayfield ain't playing well, so
Yeah.
you know it's you know, it's games you don't want to touch, but it's
Yeah.
obvious games where you just, you know, burn it.
I mean, it's getting tougher and tougher now when it gets toward the end of the year. You
Well,
know,
it can be easier.
it could be
teams
easier
throwing
for
in the towel.
teams that throw in the towel. Yeah,
Young guys
exactly. And they have
getting more of a
teams
chance.
that,
Because
exactly.
this is when
Yeah.
I got my
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Last 4
Yeah.
games of the season,
Yeah.
boom, let's see what you got.
Yeah,
you know
see what
I
you
mean?
got. Kind of like testing on the
Exactly.
guys for next year because
Exactly.
they know they're not going to make it to the playoff
Exactly.
anymore. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, some teams throwing in the towel, some teams are trying to see what they got.
See what they got because they still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
So they still have
Exactly.
the hopes of that. So they're still competitive, still playing hard. So that's why, like for example, tonight's game, 6 and 7 New Orleans Saints versus returning Super Bowl champs here, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 10 and 3, last year's Super Bowl champion. 1967. Those were some ugly uniforms, I tell you. The first Buccaneer uniform. The uniform they got now is nice. I remember that. Actually, Tampa Bay was the team I wanted to be drafted by when I was in college because Tony Dungy was there at the time, and when I was getting ready to get drafted, and they had just got those new uniforms. They had Derrick Brooks, Hardy Nicholson, the linebackers, had some good players down there. Warwick Dunn as the running back.
They had the Barber brothers,
Yeah.
Rondé Barber.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a squad.
Yeah.
A bunch of men on that team.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the year, obviously, Tony Dungy went on to the Colts, and then John Gruden, he took it over, and then he won the Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's team, you know. But I always wanted to play Tampa Bay for that. Then he went over to the Colts. I don't know if I like the Colts uniform that much, or playing in the cold. Tampa Bay was good, right, because it was a warm weather. So when I got drafted by
And the
Miami, I was like,
taxes are, you know,
yeah, no state tax. Yeah.
right?
And when you were getting drafted, what team was your ideal team to get drafted to?
Oh man, I grew up in San Diego. I wanted to be a Chargers. That was like the dream.
Yeah.
You know, like where I'm from, yeah, San Diego is just the dream, you know what I mean? But wherever you got, just to see my name, to hear my name called, was everything. You know
Right.
what I mean? For my mom to hear that, for my dad to hear that, for the family to see that, it was huge, you know, huge. You know, it's all the things that we worked for, all the hard work, came down to that one moment and be able to get that call, be able to be recognized as one of those guys to be able to get drafted was huge.
You see, this is what's been going on all night. They've
Yeah.
just been getting pressure on Tom Brady. As you can see, that's the difference in the game. And that has caused them to have a turnover and to not be able to connect with his wide receivers. I mean, look at that. He's getting
Pressure.
pressure all night. Look at that. I mean, that's the
And every
difference in
time
the
you
game.
see number 94 in there, how
Yeah.
many people got 94?
Yep.
Look at him, there he goes again.
Yeah.
There's not too many Cameron Jordans in this world, man.
Wow. Sacked 4 times, hit twice.
5 hurries.
Wow.
So that's 11 times he's been thrown off his game.
Yeah.
And as a quarterback, you start blinking, that's over, bro. You start
Yeah.
hitching. It's just you get 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That little hitch, that little indecision,
Exactly.
you off.
And a lot of people don't understand that a
Yeah.
quarterback that does bad on a bad team is because they're not getting the protection that they need
Exactly.
back there. So after a while, they lose faith in the game, lose faith in the protection. They're short arming it or throwing
Because
it
they're
quicker
trying to
than you
protect
could
their life.
because they think they're gonna get hit, right?
All right, think you're a quarterback. This dude's trying to get you. And they're letting this tackle, he's your tackle. This guy's just letting this guy beat him all day. He has a free reign to hit you all
Right.
day.
Yeah.
You're gonna start looking this way like, bro, and you're gonna stop. You're not gonna leave yourself open to get hit like that. You know, it's just a natural instinct.
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
Yep. And then that throws the whole game off. And then
Yeah.
that's why the timing of the receivers and everything.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're doing to Tom Brady tonight. Throwing off the timing, everything. Hitting him down, getting him frustrated, and it's
Making
working.
him hold the ball longer than he's supposed to. That means not only they getting pressure, but the man-to-man defense is locking those dudes down on the outside.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect symmetry between the back end and the front end tonight.
Yeah.
And looking at the defense on both teams, what do you guys think makes them different from each other?
They're both playing well tonight. You can't play any better than this.
I mean, tonight it's pretty similar defenses. Actually, both of them. As you can tell by the way the game is going, they're both playing similar type defense, playing aggressive. They're both fast teams, running to the ball and everything. So I think there would be a similar in category on the defense with Tampa Bay and the New Orleans Saints. And but right now, New Orleans is have the upper hand, and because they're playing a little bit better. But as you can see, Tampa Bay is not allowing them to score. Those are all field goals. You know? So. Wow.
Special teams and defense will win you.
A great kick.
A good defense and special teams will win you 10 games in the NFL. You can start off right there.
Yeah.
You have a good offense, that adds another 2, 3, 4 games. But what wins championships is defense and special teams.
Defense and special teams, I tell you.
That's what wins
Defense,
championships.
Yeah. Defense.
You can have an offense that just runs the ball. But if you have a good defense and special teams,
I mean, Ray Lewis has proven that at Baltimore, right? I remember that year when they went to the Super Bowl the first time, I mean, it was all defense.
Right.
You know, they went, even when they were in the Super Bowl, he had like 5 pass breakups and everything in that game, and I believe they beat the Giants.
yes.
Yeah, they beat the Giants the first time, and the second time, I don't know who they played the second time, but they won 2 Super Bowls there. And that was the year that I think he was even hurt. You know, he was wearing that robot thing on his on his elbow.
Was it
That's
Baltimore?
yeah, Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Huh?
Was it Baltimore they lost to?
No, yeah, the Giants lost to Baltimore. But I was talking about Ray Lewis when he was on Baltimore, when he went to the Super Bowl and.
No, I'm talking about when they lost. That one year they lost in the Super Bowl. Was it to Baltimore? No, Baltimore beat.
I know they beat the Giants. The second time they played, I don't know who
Was it
they won.
Denver?
Huh? I gotta load this up. This is driving me nuts. Let me see. That's what. Everything is out of four. Let me look it up here. Baltimore Super Bowl. Baltimore.
Seattle, huh? I think it was Seattle.
All right. Baltimore Super Bowl win. New York Giants and Tim Harbaugh. 49ers.
Oh, wow.
When the
Kaepernick.
lights went off.
Kaepernick.
Remember when the lights went off when
Right.
they were down there and they were getting ready to like totally make the game out of reach, and
Right.
someone in the stadium must have been like, no, he must have had a whole bunch of money on the game or something. I don't know what happened, right? I'm just throwing stuff out. Shut the lights off. It was like totally done. I mean, the players were there for like what, an hour and I mean, because Baltimore was on fire. I mean, but they came out there and then that made it for a closer game because you slow down the momentum, right? And the guys were in there sitting around the whole time, and then the game started. They ended up winning the game, but the way the game was going on, I mean, they scored a touchdown, then they had a kickoff return for like a touchdown. I think it was Jacoby Jones. I played with him in Houston too, and he was their fast guy. And somebody just saw like this was about to get ugly, and it's a Super Bowl. It can't ever blow out in the Super Bowl. You know, and somebody shut off the stadium lights. I don't know who did it, but I guarantee somebody shut it off. I mean, at least I thought so. Yeah. But that was so those are 2 games. 2 Super Bowls for Ray Lewis. You know? Yeah, man. But
Bron's
defense
getting
definitely.
Bron's
man.
getting, he's getting blanket today.
Yeah, well,
he's covering Gronk.
well, he mentioned the guy he's going against. He had some concern with his height and his athletic
Right.
ability to cover him, and his physicalness, his way he plays physical. He didn't want to. He knew he had to run his perfect route. So that's already playing in his head.
Right.
One thing you can't do, right, as a
Psych yourself
competitor,
out.
it'd be like, oh, I'm going against this guy. I gotta make sure I run this. Just go out there and do what you do.
Well, them dudes is making plays, man.
Yeah, they're making plays. I was talking to Lawrence Taylor, right? I was talking to Lawrence Taylor, and I was like, Lawrence, how did you prepare for your offensive line that you're going against? You know what I said? He said, I never worried about who I'm going against. He said, they had to get ready for me. I just did what I did. And they had to get ready for me, right?
Yeah.
So when you start planning like I gotta change this and change that because I'm playing against a certain step, you just go out there and do your thing, you know?
Oh, wow.
What
Really? Tom Brady got that call right there.
What happened? Flag?
Late flag. Yeah. Yeah, they gave that to TV.
I mean, there was a couple of ones where he could have put a 27. This is the guy I'm talking about here. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Who's that? That's Is that Jenkins?
Antonio Brown, like, hey.
Antonio Brown's not there. Mike Evans is not there. Godwin is not there. So that's another big factor. He's out there with some different wide receivers now, so that's throwing off his timing, right? Because he used to a different receiver that might be a little bit quicker, might be running routes a little bit different, and if he's overthrowing them or underthrowing them, as you can see here. Like, look at that. That ball is kind of like, that ball is way ahead of it, yeah.
Them boys are just covering up. Oh, somebody make a play for him, baby. There you go.
That's a nice
Somebody
play.
make a play for him.
That's a nice play. I mean, they need to score fast because of the time that's on the clock right now. So 7 points is not going to cut it right here.
You know how tired they are right now?
Yeah. I mean,
He ran the wrong route. See that?
Yeah.
See that, Tom?
Yeah.
Ran the wrong route. Gotta stop over the middle, bro. But not his fault. He ain't got no reps.
you know, you could even tell by a player that wasn't expecting to play tonight. Fournette, and you have Ronald Jones, and he's out there now. He's out there, be like, whoa, I'm in here, and he's running the wrong route. He's dropping the ball on swing passes that could have gained some yards right there. So you can see in his even like in his demeanor, like you can read him when he's
This play
coming
is a perfect
back.
example right here.
Yeah.
Look how rushed they have him. I mean, bad snap. That's why.
Yeah,
But look, rushed. Everything is rushed. There's no timing there.
there's none.
Everything is rushed.
Yeah,
They're throwing off his timing.
yep.
And he got some, like you said, he got one of the best top 3 offensive line in the league.
I mean, man.
Oh! Come on, baby! sorry.
You got excited. It's okay.
Man, the
Come
Saints got
on,
his
they
number,
making
man.
plays out there.
The Saints got his number, man.
Hey, they zip zero.
Man,
The GOAT.
Man, the Saints
Hey,
got
hey,
his
this is
number.
something you do talk about. You zip zero to go. You gotta come flat, Scotty Miller. Why are you drifting? That's Scotty Miller's fault. You see how he drifted away from the ball?
Yeah.
He has to come downhill. He came downhill. Scotty Miller kept drifting. You gotta keep going, bro.
Yeah, he's telling him right there.
No, he just told him a good job.
Oh, I tell him a good job?
That's what he told him.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a job.
I mean, they're going, they're getting after it. I mean, their defense is getting after it. Whatever they ate this morning, they need to eat it for the rest of the
When's the last time Tom Brady
year.
got shut out? Never?
I can't think that even.
I don't think it's ever been that. I don't think it's ever happened.
Let's pull up Google real quick and
I don't
see.
think I don't think it's ever happened.
Let's see. See how good Google is. Yeah, but you see, he should be running more downhill, you know. Oh man, you gotta have fun, man. You gotta have fun.
That's fun.
I mean, that's an interception against Tom Brady in a
Yes.
big game, in a game that they need to
Yes.
win to have a chance to even make it in the Super Bowl. They make it to the playoff. I mean, here they lose this game, their chances go way down. But they finish out 7-7. They have a chance. Ever been shut out? Let's see. I'm curious. I want to know.
All right.
So that was a good. Tom Brady has only been shut out through 3 quarters twice since 2006. They're talking about 3 quarters.
3 quarters.
Let's
Not
put
the whole game.
shut out in a whole game. I'm gonna
Right.
put that been shut out in an entire game.
But why would you give him the ball back that fast? That made no sense. Broke the iPad. iPad done.
He's definitely feeling it.
You don't want to see it no more.
I don't know if this means that. How many times Tom Brady ran the field? Games played. Shutouts. I don't know if they're saying that he shut the team out, right? Because the thing that popped up was the defense shutting out 12-0, and they give him 9 shutouts. But
Oh, come on.
I want to hear them talk about it. They have to
Oh, they
talk
gave
about
him
it
the
after
flag.
game. They will know the stats. I'm not going to mess around Google here.
They gave
I'm
him the
gonna jump back
flag. Oh, wow. Not their night.
Ah,
Not their night.
well. It's almost like
Hey, you think kickers should be allowed on be part of the team?
Of course, I mean, come on, you need a kicker, man.
Not the field goal
What?
kicker. I'm talking about the other guys. The kickoff guy and the punt guy. Well, you remember them, Kemp. What did they do in camp? They practiced in the morning and they got to go home.
I know, but it's part of the
And
game,
it cost
you know?
us games.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, all you do, your job, all you do is kick the ball. That's all you do. Imagine like some of the times, you know, you have a game's on the line and they just go out there and just miss it totally. You know, it's like, but like, that's what you do all day. That's the only thing you have to do is kick the ball. That's it.
And they can stay warm by kicking into that net we got set up on the sideline for them. Here we go.
2 minutes.
2 minutes,
2:56, yeah.
55 seconds left.
Going down, man. We're just
Like
talking.
TV's gonna get shut down.
We're going to talk about the
Wow.
Saints acting head coach, Dennis Allen. You know, he's doing a good job.
Do you guys think the Saints are going to be able to score something before?
Do
I
we
don't
think they're
think
going to score again? I don't think they're going
it'd
to
be
score
smart.
again.
I don't think they want to score.
They look like they want to run the clock off and just try and win the game because they're technically up. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers got to score and kick a field goal to win.
What's the best
So-
player in football, Marlon? Victory formation.
Victory
Victory formation, the
That's
best
the best
player in
play of
football.
football. You already know that you won the game. The victory formation when you take a knee at the end when you're already up. So you basically be like, we won the game. We're out here. We're just gonna take a knee and watch you guys watch us win the game. And I used to hate that, man.
Yep.
It's like when you really want to win that game,
Yeah,
and you know that there's nothing you can do.
man.
There's absolutely nothing you can do. They're gonna take a knee right here, and you're gonna lose the game. No opportunity to get a caught fumble or a quarterback throw an interception or anything. If they do decide to throw it, which most likely they don't, they try to run the ball out at that point. But it's the worst. It's the best time for the offense, the worst time for the defense.
Start pointing in the stands at your girlfriend and your wife and all that. Hey, how you doing? Your mom. It's on.
Yeah,
Trying to have a good time.
yeah.
Then practice right back again on Wednesday.
Practice right back again. That was a nice play.
How do you guys think the Saints coach is feeling right now?
I was feeling great. I mean, they're 6-7. They're coming out the end of the game, the end of the year here. They gotta win this game tonight to have a chance to make it into the playoffs.
Right?
And he's the acting head coach.
Right.
And to come out here and do such a good job against a 7-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time Super Bowl MVP, and a 3-time NFL MVP, Tom Brady. I mean, if he just has to feel good about himself. Right now, he's just be like, let's just make sure we finish the game ahead, right? Let's not do anything stupid. Let's just finish up this game so we can go back on the plane because they're in Tampa Bay now. So immediately after this, in the locker room, say they win the game, they're gonna go back, they're gonna celebrate, and they go back on the plane and just enjoy the plane home ride.
Poor Tom Brady, he gets
Yeah.
to go home and he's going to hang out with Giselle. I mean, I could take my loss a little better when I get to walk in the door and I got Giselle walking at the house.
That's funny. Knowing Tom Brady, I think,
No, he
Giselle
probably
was,
stay there all night. Yeah, he don't
knowing him, Giselle's going to be like, looks like I'm not going to be talking to him tonight.
Exactly.
Not going to be in a good mood. But like, Tom, Dad's not going to be in a good mood tonight. Okay, kid. But like, okay, we know the drill, man. Oh, man. I don't think there's any way of Tampa Bay winning,
Shut
man.
out. Hey, last week when we was getting prepared for this game, I expected a 45-38. I mean, a show.
I mean, no one predicted this.
Wow.
9-0, no
How
points,
much money
Tampa
did
Bay.
Las Vegas lose tonight? Good Lord.
Wow. Green Bay's 11-3. Wow.
Yes,
mean-
they won. They beat Baltimore today.
Wow.
So again, last year the playoffs have to go through Green Bay. I think it's going to come down to Green Bay and Tampa Bay.
Green Bay and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go into the playoffs, to go into the Super
NFC.
Bowl, right? NFC, right?
Yeah, for the NFC and the AFC, I got. That's my gas. Wow, that's a tough one in the AFC, man, because Kansas City is playing their best football right now.
Oh man,
The last 2 weeks,
Yeah,
4 weeks.
they've been playing solid, looking like
Man.
themselves, playing great. And you know they've
Patrick
been there
Mahomes
before.
is looking like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
They,
absolutely.
man.
And you know when a team has been there before
Yeah.
in the playoffs and won, and like
Yeah.
he went to the Super Bowl twice, won one, lost one. So that mentality is already there.
Yeah.
So he knows that he can get there again. So for them to playing good right now, it's gonna be tough for any team to beat them because I mean, look at that
Most
game
of
the
the
other
AFC is
day.
playing well.
Yeah. No,
Buffalo,
Buffalo is not really doing so well. They were kind of like a disappointment because I thought Josh Allen is a really good quarterback, and they got a good supporting staff. He got a good supporting staff around him with the wide receivers, Diggs, and the defense was playing well. But
Indianapolis, like
uh-huh.
Indianapolis is always,
they're starting to do.
AFC's
But
it's weird right now.
the two teams for me, I think Tampa Bay. I know they're gonna get a little lost tonight because it's 10 seconds left. I mean, it would have to be a super miracle for them.
Right.
There's no absolute way that anyone will win this
Nah,
game.
it's over.
But on Monday, it was an overtime game against San Diego. You saw the last minute how we threw the ball to Kelsey, and that's a tight end man that just seemed like he have deceptive speed. Sometimes you think he's gonna get tackled and he just, get out of certain different type of situations, then he end up scoring the touchdown. And I always had respect for him, but I didn't think he had that much speed. I thought he had some shiftiness, but he was able to run away from them. But
Hey man, it's a tough one.
yeah,
It's not too much to talk about here, man. It's 9-0. The game was it was. They got pressure up the middle, pressure on the outside from the ends. Tom Brady, and like my man said, you get pressure on Tom Brady up the middle, you make him move off his spots, you got a real good chance of winning the ball game. And that's what it looked like happened today, man. You
absolutely.
called it.
Absolutely. And to add to that, along with the pressure, the way the defense has been playing, they lost a lot of key players tonight.
Yes.
They lost Leonard Fournette, they lost Godwin, their wide receiver. They lost Mike Evans, their number one receiver, go-to receiver. They already don't have Antonio Brown in there, which is a weapon that they used to utilize back, and they need to get all their weapons back. So they're missing some key players, and so that kind of threw them off as well. But the primary factor of tonight's game is the way the defense has been playing.
Yes, we gotta give credit.
Tremendous.
I don't want to talk about Tom Brady. I want to talk about New Orleans Saints defense.
Absolutely.
And what they did, man. They did something that maybe 28 other teams can't do. All right. They had the personnel to be able to guard one-on-one, shut down Gronk. From a linebacker and strong safety standpoint. So to be able to have a strong safety and linebacker to cover Gronk one-on-one for 60, 70 plays and shut him down like that, it's astronomical. All right, and to be able to have, they rushed with 4. They didn't rush with 5 or 6. 4 guys rushed the quarterback. That allows the other 8 guys or 7 guys to play in coverage. All right, when you got 4 guys up front that are that strong and fast and that determined, all right, they took Tom Brady off his spots, and you got guys that can cover. That allows you to have an extra guy in the backfield. Man, it was a recipe for success for New Orleans.
Yeah, absolutely. When you can rush with 4 and double team the wide receiver, that just put a lot more pressure on the quarterback to make those plays and to be able to get any guys open. As you can tell, like the safety Jenkins was doing such a good job on Gronkowski, but there were times he was double covered as well because he's one of his main go-to guys as well. But tremendous job by the New Orleans Saints. Their whole entire coaching staff should be very applauded for the performance that they put on this week, because it didn't just start tonight, guys. It was a week of preparation, what they're doing, preparing for this game, preparing for Tampa Bay, coming down to Tampa Bay. Yes. Remember, they're not in New Orleans, they're down in Tampa Bay. Yes. They're in a hostile environment, coming down here, playing against the defending Super Bowl champions, and they came down here and did a good job and pitch a shutout.
Yes. That's some grown men coming together and said, not on our watch.
Yeah.
And that's what when you go into an environment like that, I mean, when you guys went to in hostile environments against you know, the underdog, then you play better.
Yeah.
It always comes out like that, man, because these are men.
Yeah.
These are grown men, so you're not going to tell what a grown man what you can't do or dictate what we're going to do. So the Saints went out there and dictated the flow of this game, and a big ups to them.
Yep.
All right, guys, we won't be here next week, but what do you guys think about our next game that's going to be Washington football team versus Dallas Cowboys?
I think that's going to be a division game, and that division is always crazy. But actually, they're playing some good football this year, man. Dallas and Washington football team. So Washington got that new quarterback in there, that young guy that led them to a playoff victory or played Tampa tough last year in the first round playoff. So I'm looking forward to that game, man. Dallas is playing really good defense. I don't know how they have 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates when they're not in the top 5 defense, but we'll see what they got once that night. What do you think about those guys?
You know, I think it's going to be a similar game like we saw tonight with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being 10-3 and the New Orleans Saints being 6-7. It's going to be a similar situation there where Washington football team think that they have an opportunity to make it to the playoffs or try to beat a good team so they can still be in the hunt. You never know what's going to happen. So they're going to really get up for this. And Washington, they have a good defensive line that can get some pressure on the quarterback. And I know
Chase Young is in there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if he's still in there. Was he hurt? Was he on IR? Was he out for the season?
He did hurt himself.
Yeah, but they still have good defense that go out there and they play well. And I know that this is gonna be like a motivational game, just like the game tonight for the Saints was like a motivational game, like a game that they need to win. So I think it's going to be a great game, you know. And like you mentioned, the quarterback, he's showed some potential of winning some football games under pressure. So here he's going to get another opportunity to do the same. So, like I said, any given Sunday, but it's that time of year where if a team has a chance to make it to the playoff, you're going to see some great football games out of some teams that you would think because of the record, they won't be giving you a good game, but, you know, keep an eye out for that.
And it's Christmas time, so I figured Captain America, Tom Brady, wanted to give a Saints a present. So he gave him an early birthday, Christmas present by letting him shut him out, which is, did you look up that stat? Has he ever been shut out, ever?
You know,
4 quarters?
They say that had a shutout 9 times, but I don't know if they were talking about him being shutting out a team 9 times. Okay. But I'm gonna look that up because I'm telling you, I can't remember the last time I see Tom
Brady leaving the 4th quarter with 0
on the clock. So I'm gonna definitely check that, and we're definitely gonna talk about that next time. We're gonna find that out. But as we can say, you mentioned it. It's Christmas time. You know, we're not going to be here next week, but we just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and have a happy holidays with you and your family. And just let's just make sure we go into the new year with positive spirit and with much prosperity.
Yes, sir.
So looking forward to see you guys next time in the next game.
Awesome, guys. That concludes our first episode of Beers and Ballers. Thank you guys so much for being here. It was a great time, and I can't wait to see you guys again on January 2nd. Thank you, guys. Back to Rhea.
Thank you for joining us, and if you're in Las Vegas, come on down to Davidoff and join the fun. Ladies, you get a free mimosa. I'm Rhea Rose, wishing you a Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you next time.
All right, guys, cheers.
Salute.
This is water, by the way.
So fashion right here.
Water too, always.
Flow from my cerebellum, come from the stars. Over the beat, me mastering bars. Flow immaculate, nothing countering flaws. Higher than the earth, not entering Mars. And my poetry is so heavy. Honey word sharp, machete. And me game tight, me say ready. Slaughter Juanita, Angie and Debbie. Song me and make it like diamond that blinging with the platinum flow like Tupac and Biggie. Now me money pile up with 19 Bugatti. People them a jump up when them come see me. Enough of them a say me brought the crosses. Music bustin' it a rule the masses. Ultimate #1 a beat up bosses. Know the people say me bad, blah blah. You know it's ultimate.
Multi-talented, guys. You heard it right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.